We're going bear hunting today, but on 2, maybe even 3 different maps. If you didn't know, both brown bear and grizzly bear got the same drink time change as black bear with the most recent update. They now drink from 4 AM to 8 AM. The ultimate goal is rares, but we're going to see what this hunt leads us to. Now, if you look really closely, you might be able to tell these are not grizzly bears. And here's the thing. There's some confusion out there about whether or not grizzly bear and brown bear have to have the same method to get them into their new zones as the black bear. That would be just shooting all the old bears and the respawns go into the new zones. Best I can tell, that is the case, and one of the best examples is it's the end of grizzly bear drink time right now, and at one of the best spots on the entire map, there are no grizzlies around this entire lake. So we're still going to be hunting for bears whether we get the new drink times or not on any of these servers. And I still think it's a good thing because the further we go into this, the longer the bears have that new drink time, the more bears get shot, the more servers have zones that are active in the early morning. So even if we can find new spots, even if we can maybe stumble into something good even without a drink zone, I think it's worth the time to put in now. And of course, you never know, we might run into something cool of another species as well. 346 scoring caribou to get us going here, a little bit of a high shot, but got him down with the 303. And because it's already the end of grizzly drink time now, I looked through Medved-Taiga and Yukon. No servers were open, say like 5, 6 AM. We're just gonna run around, look for tracks, and see what else we stumble into. So finally, we actually have some grizzlies out here. Looking like the only male is this level 6, but it's a good estimate 6. 61 to 65. And we've got the 300 board action today for them. So that should dip right into lungs, maybe even double lung. And an interesting thing has happened here. We've gotten host of this server, and I think we've pretty well already established the grizzlies aren't going to be in that early drink zone. That spot that we were at in the far north, that's one of the best grizzly spots on the entire map. That and the lakes in the far south. So rather than making it grizzly drink time, which I don't think is going to do anything, we're going to keep it here. And we may have a chance of actually getting aggressive wolves in multiplayer. That only happens when you've gotten host of the map, so maybe we can run into something good there too. In other news, I don't think we scared that female grizzly too bad. She ran down there 200 meters and sat back down. As for this guy, gold at 62. The requirement is 60.8. That's what I was thinking, because our albino is 60.6. 61 was actually a guaranteed gold level 6. Not a bad first grizzly of the hunt then. I do believe I hear the snarling of an aggressive pack of wolves. We're on the tracks of one. This max weight estimate, that's probably going to be them right there. So where is the high estimate one? Oh, it's going to be a mythical there. So let's go ahead and get him. But it's pretty cool to actually see aggressive wolves in multiplayer. It's been quite some time. Again, because unless you're the host, they just freeze in place. So we're going to try to make the most of this and see if we can get all of them. I'm just hoping they don't flee too early, but 303 is a pretty good wolf gun, especially if we just shoot them in the head like that. I think there's 3 or 4 left. We did get the mythical, right? I'm guessing so. Still got a level 3. Didn't even need that follow-up shot. And I'm pretty sure they're all dead. First time we've gotten to do that in quite some time. All of the April Fool's stream we did, by the way, 37.91 for that mythical. We were here on Yukon Valley for like 3 hours. Not one pack of aggressive wolves, even in single player. So good to finally get to do that. We'll quickly swing through here. I don't think there's maybe a 6 that could have been a gold. And I guess we shot a bunch of these in the head because I'm just seeing a bunch of ruined trophy ratings. I think it's just going to be these 2. There's a 6 that also made gold at 36. And it may be time to switch maps. I wish we would have gotten more grizzly hunting done. But all the tracks we had, nothing special. You know, never had like a disturbed veg that would have led us to anything. So I think we're going to try a little brown bear hunting. So one level 6 grizzly over on Yukon Valley. One level 6 brown bear here on Medved-Taiga Coast. And you may recall in the intro, I said 2, potentially 3 maps. My thought was we'd go to Medved-Taiga, but literally every server right now is full. So we're going to give Medved-Taiga a try. And unfortunately, none were the new drink time. So we're once again running around and trying to just essentially pick up tracks or spot one in the distance. But tons of species out here, you never know what we might encounter, and just glad we got to actually take down a bear to begin with. So, I didn't even look at the estimate. That is a gold as well, 24.19. Light brown fur type. And up here in the mountains, they are at least a little easier to spot, so hopefully we can get a couple of them. And just like on Yukon, we've got aggressive things here too, so I didn't even bring a shotgun. If we find a potential diamond ptarmigan, things could get interesting, but when it comes to Capercaillie, just going to be a 22 shot or 2. Yet another gold at 4.39. Maybe next time we get one to attack us, it'll be a little more interesting. Well, that's quite a sight. Got hazel grouse, Capercaillie, and brown bear, all just chilling in the same spot. I guess just one solo female bear? A lot of times they travel in pairs, so honestly, might as well go ahead and try to get the bear. See if she'll either stand up or maybe just face us. Being alarmed she should. We'll just drop her right back down. Thought maybe that guy would go aggressive, but we've already had one, and that's the lower estimate, so probably wouldn't be a terrible thing to let him go. So pretty sure we managed a heart shot there. Heart and vertebrae, actually. 300 round punched all the way through. 21.27 for that. And I guess we're kind of moving in the wrong direction now, but that was kind of comical to see all those things resting in the same spot in the wide open. So that's encouraging. Switch to Medved-Taiga here. And we've got some drinking brown bears. Now the only thing is, it's the very end of their drink time. So we're going to try to make this quick. There may have been one other male in there. We talked earlier about often they spawn in pairs, and there were 2 females. Might have been 2 males. If there were, I don't know where he got to. I just thought I saw one additional one spook, but level 7 between the 3 maps now, sad to say, is the biggest one we found. So we'll quickly grab this one. Nice little cinnamon 25.38. Honestly, as for the common ones, maybe the best looking fur. Double lung and heart. And we are well on our way, hopefully, to this lake over here. And honestly, the hidden one's pretty good for bears too, so maybe we swing through there. I think we have time. It is pretty cool to see all these bears around. Is that a spirit or a blonde? Can't quite tell, but I guess there could be 2 options here. Because the original host of this server left. My best guess would be, it's probably, oh my goodness, what the? That's a lot of bears. That one is the gray variant, which is one of my absolute favorites. Not a rare, but that is absurd. Let's try to get that, and maybe that other one walking away. Pretty sure part of what's happening is they're kind of leaving their drink zones. So there may have been some walking from other lakes. But anyway, what I was going to say was it was probably a newer player that started up a multiplayer session and left. Any new game that started after this update would have the bears in the new times, and you wouldn't have to shoot them like I talked about in the beginning. So if we end up getting host of this server, because it's basically the end of brown bear drink time now, we may have to reset, because I think, based on what we're seeing, there should be bears in all those new zones. So as for our gray, just a level 1 female, but it's a cool looking variant. And outside of actually getting an albino, which is sort of the main goal, this as a diamond would be my absolute top preference for brown bear. So double lung that, and then I think this one shouldn't have gone too far. Maybe the gold variant? Oh, that's blonde. Darker colored than I thought. I thought blonde was a little bit lighter than that. 25.49, I think that may be our biggest thus far. And it's not quite 8:30, so we might be able to catch some in late zones. We'll try to run around here real quick. Also, don't smell the trees. It's a bad idea. Whoa. Where did that come from? A level 5 moose just went trotting in front of us? I think that's a decent one. Looked to be fairly even. And literally, we're actually coming back to the hidden lake for mustier drink time. Gonna be interesting to try to get him. So there's some kind of like... Ooh. You see, when you're not host, by the way, that's what wolves do. There's some kind of open frozen fields up here. Really shouldn't have spotted those because I don't have his track, but maybe he'll stop out that way. I'm guessing that's it. That's our guy right there. He's 283 minimum? Oh, he's alarmed. I bet there's wolves over there, or maybe a lynx? I think that's gonna be good. He's not going down yet. I think we got him. is real close to being too high, but he was a little beyond 150. I don't know what had him spooked, but it could not have been us. Hopefully that is going to be a long shot, because guaranteed diamond. I think we saw, yeah, there's a bear running off down there. When a bear hunt gives you moose-shaped lemons, you make diamond steaks. I don't think the analogy works, but hopefully the shot did. And that would indicate that it did indeed. How did we get a rest zone? Or maybe he was nervous there? I'm really not sure what happened. There's a chance that we, like, contributed to him getting maybe alert. But when he went up to alarmed, there was something else contributing to that. Whether it was wolves, lynx, I'm not sure, and I was not willing to find out. Because we had spent quite some time tracking him. The whole idea of him maybe stopping in one of those open fields, no such luck. Couple of capercaillie down there, no sign of whatever spooked him. But I do believe we are all set to harvest a diamond moose here on Medved-Taiga. Not a bad looking one, kind of reminiscent of the old Big Rack Legacy diamonds. 291! That's a heck of a score for that rack. So where did we hit him? Not too bad actually, not nearly as sketchy as I thought. Let's tax that, considering how long this has taken. 2.2 kilometer track, not terrible. But I would say that's our biggest diamond of that rack shape, almost certainly. Pretty darn cool. So not exactly what we came here for, but never going to complain, especially about a moose that sized. So perhaps the only thing that we might see in larger numbers at this lake than the amount of brown bear earlier would be musk deer. They're all over the place. And I want to try to pick the best one out of here, because as we keep on getting within render or more, we're just seeing them pop in seemingly by the dozen. So down in that corner, oh, there's a whole bunch of males here. Down where we saw the bears, I know is a good number of drink stones. We'll scoot over there. I haven't even seen a max weight estimate male, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, there's really no amazing option. There was one over here, I think up to 166. Pretty sure though, we're gonna end up, oh, there's a 177, but we're most likely at least to end up with a silver musk deer. Despite all the ones at this lake, but we were going to check for musk deer when we stumbled into our moose, so I figured we'd at least go to what I think is probably the best spot on the map, maybe other than the river, and you can see that has already been hunted. But I believe gold is 168. This guy is 146, so gonna fall well shy. Also, thought we heart shot him, actually shot over the heart. Lung, liver, stomach dropped him. And yeah, gold still about 22 shy. So let's take our diamond moose back to the trophy lodge. And I think being the biggest one with that rack shape, we'll have to replace the old one. So I've been trying to figure out where our other one with that frame is, and I'm actually not so sure we have one. There's a repeat of this in the opposite room here, and I think that's going to be what we take down. I can't find any with the smaller brows, and especially not any that score that high. So just to kind of see the comparison, his brow tines are a good bit smaller. Took a little bit of parkour, and I went ahead and just got the other one from the other room so we can compare. The frames themselves are generally quite similar. And really, I'm not sure how the one on the left ends up being 291 versus the 279 on the right. Like, that's barely diamond. Maybe a little wider set, maybe a little wider palms. I think that might be it. But the brow tines are the most notable thing. But you see it there, 279.3 versus our newest one, 291.5. Definitely worthy of being added to the trophy lodge. And even though we didn't have too much luck with our actual bear hunting today, always good to get a diamond, and I think we're going to try that some more. Going on all three maps, especially looking for those new early morning drink zones, and we'll see if that can lead to anything down the road. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.